What's going on, guys? Welcome to Invest with a Purpose. Today's video, we are going to be talking about the new levels that Shiba Inu has reached and what the overall cryptocurrency market is looking like right now. So I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get right into it. First of all, let's go ahead and see where it's sitting on the market cap. So it is currently the 20th largest cryptocurrency in the entire world. So let's go ahead and click on that. We're looking pretty solid. As you guys can see, it has pulled down quite a bit. But earlier today, if I'm not mistaken, it actually pushed up. So let's take a look at what that is looking like. Yep. So if you take a look right here, actually let's look on TradingView. It makes it a little easier to see. Let's load. Okay, here we go. So we saw, oh no, I want to see it on the quicker. There we go. So earlier this morning, and yeah, like right around 12 o'clock, we saw 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we saw it start to run up, consolidate for a while, and then it pushed up tremendously all the way up to around almost 28. So now it's pulled back, and it's been pulling back for the last 2 hours or so. But overall, you can see that we have hit a good consolidating area. It has not pushed up and then crashed down exactly, but we did have that flash crash that I posted a video about. And with that being said, guys, I'm not saying that this cryptocurrency is bad or that it's going to fall to zero or it's going to go back down to these levels or anything. In that video, if you guys actually watched it, I know a lot of people look at the thumbnail or look at the title and they just go down and comment or just say something because they think they know what I'm going to say, but they don't. If you look at what I said that it pulled back, and that's like a 50% drop from what it was. It pushed up and then it dropped down almost halfway to where it was, about 40%, 45%. To me, that is a flash crash. The price came down very quickly. And so if you take a look at where we're sitting now, being in that same kind of mid area, I also said in that video that I thought that we would have a good consistent growth and that we would have a new floor, which is what I'm thinking we're seeing here. So if you guys are any type of familiar with how analysis work as far as like support and resistance and things of that nature, you can see that we have made not only a floor here, but we've also made a floor around there. So around here, where we see it come down to this area many times over and over again. But we also have a new kind of resistance level where we haven't seen it push up more than around here, especially ever since the pullback. So let's just say this is our top layer, our mid layer, and our bottom layer. And it's looking pretty good right now. Hopefully, as long as we stay in between these layers and this is our new floor, that is really good because then we have a new place to launch from with our new and improved system. So hopefully we start to see more things coming with the swap, which I've seen some stuff in that with the ecosystem making some big changes. Also, we have Robinhood listing coming. Hopefully, like I said, a lot of that is speculation until it actually happens. There's no way for us to know exactly when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen, how much truth is to it. However, I do believe that it's going to happen because it is in Robinhood's best interest for that to be a thing. We've also seen a lot of new people talking about Shiba Inu, and there's just more community being built, which is crazy considering that our community was already huge from the start. We're looking really good though as we start to see this growth and this consolidation. As long as we don't see a big push down again, like how we have seen, I don't know, maybe before. If we take a big step back and look at the first pump, yep, there we go. So if I zoom in here, sorry about that. And you see the first pump. The first pump we saw within days it flew back down. Within days we've seen it grow and we've seen it come down just a little bit, but we have not seen it crash, which is a really good sign. But let's take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market and see if that can tell us anything about where we're going. As you guys can see, Bitcoin has gone over 60,000 once again, and that is really good. We have not seen it see these numbers in a very long time. Let's go ahead and look at this chart analysis real quick as well. Let's take the... it might be easier to see on this one instead of going on the candlesticks. Okay, so in this past year, we have not seen it cross over 60K since all the way back in... around here? Yeah, so let's say April. We haven't seen it hit that number. We've seen it get close here. We got close in May, but we have not seen it hit these numbers since April, which is absolutely amazing. And hopefully we don't see it retrace because here's something that is a very high possibility, or not high, let's just say a possibility. And it's not the best thing because we have a lot of resistance up here. But Bitcoin is known to be just resilient and just breaking past its barriers. So we've seen this many times where we'll see Bitcoin go up like crazy and then come way down and then explode past all its previous highs. That looks like what could be happening right now. However, this right here, this is red. This is not the best thing. You know what I mean? This is an area where we have seen it reject many times. We've seen it reject once, twice, three times, four times here. Right now, hopefully we see it push back up and hopefully we see it break that barrier once again, because Bitcoin is one of the stronger things and it leads the market. Because if we start to see this crash, we will start to see the rest of the market crash. Like I've said before many times, and I'll continue to say it, the whole market basically moves together. If we take a look at Ethereum, which is the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, you will see a similar pattern. Let's go to a year again. And here we have actually seen it push up to those high numbers in September. But other than that, we haven't seen those same numbers since around May. So it's a similar type of outlook. And if you take a look from the candlestick perspective as well, I can back up and show you guys that we just mainly see this consolidation. And at the end of the day, if I show you that same line, you know, it's pretty similar. Okay. Now, Ethereum has been pretty consistent, I would say. It didn't drop as much as Bitcoin did, I feel like. I feel like we saw a lot more stability here. It still dropped quite a bit, but I feel like this dropped 50% and Bitcoin dropped like 75%. So either way, it's really bad losses, but only if you sell out. That's why it's important to buy the dip and not sell on the dips. Buy the dips, sell when it gets high. People have misunderstanding because they see it going up, so like, oh, I wonder how high it could go. And then it pulls back, and then you sell because you're scared or you're upset that you lost a lot of your gains. Sometimes, guys, you just got to be ready to take some profits. Like right now, if it were me and I bought Ethereum down here or even down here, bought it on the dips, I would be taking some profit here. Why? Because many times we have seen it break and go down since here. And personally, I would like to take some profits here, if not all my profits here. But that's just the type of trader that I am. If you're looking for a more long-term investment type of thing, though, there's no point. Just keep buying the dip. And then when it dips again, because it will dip again, keep buying it. I don't know how that thing just popped up. But yeah, overall, guys, if you look on this right-hand side right here, you can see that the overall market is green. I mean, you see some things, but this is a stable coin. Cardano has not been doing the greatest. It's funny because Cardano was actually doing really well when Bitcoin and Ethereum weren't doing as well. So that's quite interesting. Like this big push up right here, but also it hasn't dropped as much. So that's another fair thing. Like Cardano throughout all of this has been probably most stable. If you see it got as high as $2.20 or $2.30, and it dropped down to $1.60, which is really not that bad. Oh wait, no, that's market cap, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. So if we're looking, no, I'm right. I'm tripping. So if you take a look, $1.50, all the way up to $2. So we can see that it stayed pretty consistent. It didn't drop 50%, 70% like Bitcoin and other people like that. But also recently we haven't seen that big push up like how we have in the other ones. But that's kind of for you guys to decide. Would you rather be in something that hasn't moved so much and has stayed more stable, or would you rather be in something that's a little more volatile, not a little more, but a lot more volatile, but also gives you a lot more percentage gains? You know, if you bought in back here, it would have been great gains regardless. So at the end of the day, that's why I really like the cheap stocks and cryptocurrencies. I like seeing things that have value, that has long-term potential to grow into big things. That's why Shiba Inu is so great, and something like Cardano is amazing as well. Let's check out Dogecoin real quick before we end out this video. I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to get a video out to you guys with an update. I'm going to be more consistent, but I just came back from out of town and all that stuff. But if you guys will stick to the end, thank you guys so much. Make sure you smash that like button and share it to someone who needs to hear this information. And I really appreciate you guys. But last but not least, let's get into Dogecoin. So Dogecoin is looking pretty good, I would say. I mean, it hasn't been doing as good as something like Bitcoin recently and Ethereum. It's interesting. I feel like we're starting to see a little bit of individualness, if that's how I want to say it, but like different specific cryptocurrencies aren't doing exactly the same as every other cryptocurrency in the market. We're starting to see more things grow on its own and not only solely rely on Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever. They're kind of growing at different paces, which is kind of good, but also not so good, because something like Dogecoin, it would be nice if it was growing as much as Bitcoin right now, and it was reacting. So I don't know. It's kind of tough, but at the same time, you have things like Shiba Inu that has been exploding. But to kind of cut it short, long story short, Dogecoin's not doing so well. It has not broken below this lower support here. If you guys can see that dotted line across, or I could go over here and draw it for you guys really quickly. It just it hasn't been doing anything near as well as it was before. So it really hasn't dropped below this line, which is a good sign. But at the same time, we haven't seen any real progress in the upward direction. We have only seen downward trajectory, which is it's just not the best. Like we're looking at a very bearish flag here. And at the end of the day, we could potentially see this break out of this wedge, but who knows? We have to keep an eye on that, and that's something that I'll be keeping my eye on for sure, is seeing where it breaks out of that wedge. But anyways, guys, as you can see, not everything is doing well right now, but being a part of Shiba Inu and seeing that it is doing really well, I know why it wasn't loading there, and it's progressing even though the rest of the market has not been doing the best. It's pretty awesome. This big pump right here is absolutely amazing, and hopefully we see more higher highs and higher lows and consistent growth. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. This is just a quick update and overall chart analysis of cryptocurrency, Shiba Inu, and a couple other things, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to invest every second of every day with a purpose. Peace.